Are you surprised that we seem to be having this boom at the moment?
I think it was a little bit of a surprise. I don't think anyone thought that it would peak as quickly as it did. But then I think the people's intentions and desires changed quite a lot during COVID. And we saw within a lot of research that people wanted to have places with gardens. And we saw that almost instantaneously, where flats were selling much more slowly, whereas houses were selling very quickly.
Good morning to you. I mean, after the pandemic, it's safe to say, most people aren't particularly well off. Well, a lot of people aren't, Higher prices now for living, we know that. What accounts for these sort of record house sales? And is there any information on the sort of demographic as well?
Yeah, so we saw a 10% increase in the share of first-time buyers getting mortgages. We saw owner-occupied mortgages going up, and actually, buy-to-let mortgages went up a very small amount, I think to 0.21% of all the mortgage share. So we are seeing a lot of new people entering the market as opposed to remortgaging. So I think that helped quite a lot in terms of spurring on opportunities. Rates were a little below, which always helps people access more money. But we saw the Southeast and London have the lowest price increases, and the Northwest, Midlands and Northeast with the highest increases. And actually only two places in the whole of the UK, I think it was Lambeth and Westminster, actually saw their annual house prices decrease, the average house price. So there was a bit of a shift to where people wanted to live, and I think that some people saw it as an opportunity to actually buy a house that's more affordable, especially if you're in those northern regions. And if you're in the southern regions, perhaps you thought, well, now is the time to sell. And I think, I live in Brighton and Hove, and I actually bought in November last year. And I was one of those people who had to buy. I was a first-time buyer, but there was huge competition in the market, and a lot of it was from London. Obviously, they had good capital if they were from London and they were selling, or they earned a little bit more so they could access a bit more finance and then work at home. So it's been a real mix. People obviously go on about the stamp duty quite a lot. Actually, in the stamp duty element, that influence was more over the £500,000 home. So yes, it perhaps had an impact on some of the pricing, but actually it was more in the more expensive homes, which indicates that actually the first-time buyers weren't impacted as greatly as people initially said, and it was COVID that really shifted people to buy homes.